finished my taxes this weekend. It has taken me over 30 hours to do them, and they're probably not right. It shouldn't be this hard. Our tax code is over 75,000 pages long, forcing 90% of Americans to use a tax professional or computer software to prepare their taxes. If you read 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, it would take you 8 weeks to read our tax code, and you wouldn't understand a word you read. It would be the equivalent to reading Moby Dick 200 times. Towards thee I roll, thou all-destroying but unconquering whale.
Whoa, no. Mr. Ahab, you give me a massive migraine. You gotta shut up. You're killing us down here.
There are over 800 forms. Yes, 800. And for some of them, the instructions literally state that to determine whether you need to fill out the form, you first need to fill out the form. One of the first forms you need to fill out is to determine who your dependents are. Pretty straightforward, you'd think. But to determine if you can claim someone is a dependent, you must complete a 5-page worksheet. No shit, a 5-page worksheet. Page 1 of the form starts out with some definitions and directions of who is a dependent. Then it goes off the rails with more questions and arrows and stop signs and another flow chart. This goes on for 3 more pages. They try to address every possible scenario. Divorced parents, adopted children, incarcerated children, and yes, kidnapped children. The worksheet says if your child is presumed by law enforcement to have been kidnapped by someone other than a family member, then you can claim that child as a dependent. Bob, it's Hank. Good, thank you. Just wanted to confirm that you got my paperwork for my tax return. And I want to point out that Scott is still being held hostage, so we're good to take the deduction, right? Okay, good. All right, holler if you need anything else. Thank you. No other country has a tax code that comes close to ours in respect to size and complexity. In the Netherlands, the procedure is simple. First, you look over the form the government sends you with your taxes already calculated. If it all looks good, you sign it and send it back. That's the entire process. This is the case in country after country. In Japan, Sweden, Estonia, Great Britain, people don't have to file their taxes. You're given the opportunity to check the government's figures, but less than 0.1% find a discrepancy. Our tax code wasn't always this long. In 1913, it was 400 pages long, and then over time it grew to the monstrosity we have today. Why has it grown so large, you ask? Greed. Plain and simple greed. Corporations and wealthy individuals profit handsomely from our tax code. Let's start with tax preparers. It's a $12 billion industry. The U.S. has 1.2 million tax preparers. That's more than all of the law enforcement officers and firefighters combined. 56% of taxpayers pay a professional to do their taxes, and another 34% use tax preparation software, making a total of 90% of taxpayers who seek some form of assistance. So there is no way that the tax preparation industry wants to simplify our tax code, and they pay our politicians handsomely to keep our tax code complicated. About $70 million a year. Every decade or so, a handful of our elected officials draft legislation that would simplify our tax code. But for some reason, it never goes anywhere.
This bill will simplify the tax code. It will take it from 75,000 pages to roughly 500. It'll be great. No more hidden tax breaks. People will be able to do their taxes in minutes and won't need to pay to get them done. It will.
Senator Giles, lobbyist from CPAs for America and Tax Preparers for Freedom, just dropped this off for you. And I've got a bag full of cash from Billionaires for Democracy.
Fred, what's the rush? I think we should establish a committee. Yeah, a committee. No, a subcommittee to study the issue. And let's give them ample time. I'm thinking a couple of years. And to go from 75,000 pages to 500 seems to be pretty drastic. I don't know what I was thinking. We'll revisit the issue in the next Congress. Got to get it right.
While our pathetic politicians do nothing to address our absurdly complex tax code, wealthy individuals and corporations continue to fill it with goodies for themselves.
Gym membership deduction.
Deduction for limousine looks good.
How about right
about here.
Country club dues will fit nicely
Travel
here.
expenses,
No one will see them.
tuck them right in here. It should come as no surprise, then, that our tax code is expected to double in size in the next 10 years.